Hello!
Hello!
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Adam!
Welcome to I Love You But, where we talk about common relationship issues.
And our advice on how to deal!
While we drink wine?
We drink your wine. What are we talking about tonight, Kelly?
Well, I thought we were talking about I Love You But we need to talk about apartment hunting, but maybe we're talking about voice
Puberty!
changing?
We're talking about puberty. What do you do when your partner hits puberty? No, we're definitely talking about apartment hunting tonight. And
You
not...
sure?
Yes. I've been going through puberty, and as a young 13-year-old boy, I gotta say it's...
Nope, you better fix that right now, because,
You are a
it's
pedophile.
bad for me.
I've started to get some hair on my chest. I'm very uncomfortable.
So, we need to talk about apartment hunting.
We do.
There's gonna come a time when you need to move. It just happens. You outgrow your
Yes.
apartment, or you move cities, or you need to move neighborhoods.
Or lo and behold, you make more money.
Yep, that can happen too.
You can just go, I feel like stepping up.
So there are a few things to keep in mind when you are apartment hunting together. The first thing that you have to do when you start apartment hunting, before you go online looking at apartments, you have to know what you want before you even start looking. And that doesn't mean you have to plan out every single part of the new apartment that you want, but you need to figure out what your non-negotiables are. So why are you moving? Are you moving for more space, cheaper rent, different neighborhood?
That in-unit washer-dryer combo.
God.
If only we could all be so lucky.
Dreaming.
My eyes in the sky, you know? Someday.
You know?
Someday.
Yeah, let's go. Know before you go. So figure out what your non-negotiables are and figure out what your partner's non-negotiables are. We are moving. Yay!
Yay!
We weren't just gonna move for fun because like moving is stressful and expensive and a lot of other things go into it.
And it's the opposite of fun. It is super not fun at all to uproot everything and to go through this horrible work of packing everything up. I'm looking around and going, oh God.
It's just a lot of work, you know. So if you're gonna move into a place that you want and upgrade. Whether it's an upgraded building or, again, more space, whatever.
Or a downgrade in rent.
Yeah. Well, no, that's an upgraded rent.
Well, I was trying to give the impression of going down.
So know those first, and then know what you also can negotiate. For example, when we were looking for an apartment, I needed some very specific things. It needed to be a 2-bedroom. Both bedrooms needed to be a significant size so that we could have a real bedroom and a real office. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's gonna be great.
Also, I know that a non-negotiable for Adam is a dishwasher, and we haven't had a dishwasher the past year and a half.
I gave in on that because, well, I had to.
We had to at the time.
But now I don't have to.
And it's like, why move if we're not gonna have a dishwasher? Another one of my non-negotiables was that it had to have an outdoor space. Any kind of outdoor space. One thing that I wanted it to have, which wasn't non-negotiable, so it was negotiable.
Say that better, please. I don't know.
You know, something that I didn't have to have, but I wanted if I could, was that like townhouse style apartment. And you know what we found?
We found one.
We found it.
A compromise or a negotiable for me was a gas stove. And you know what we found? An electric stove.
I don't care about that.
And it's just not a big deal. Who cares?
That wouldn't
it's
make
just
you
a
not
big deal.
move into an apartment.
Yeah, and if it would, I don't know, hopefully you make a living cooking, because that's the only reason it would matter that much.
You can have your own non-negotiables and we can have ours. So that was just one of our negotiables.
Exactly.
Also, what goes into knowing what you want before you move is the style of apartment. So do you need a 2-bedroom? Do you want a townhouse? Do you want a house? Like, what is that? And also the neighborhood. So it's not just about the apartment itself, but know your surrounding areas. Do you need a grocery store within walking distance?
Is that a non-negotiable for you?
Yeah, or can you live in the suburbs where you have to drive to it?
The other thing that's really important that you might start to lose track of is your time. Look at places that you love. Do not look at places that you think might fit the bill, that you think, well, this looks okay. Look at places that when you look at it online, you go, oh shit, this actually looks pretty dope.
If your non-negotiable is that it has to have a dishwasher, don't look at places that don't have dishwashers.
Truth.
Don't waste your time looking at places that you know you'll probably not move into. Also, don't waste the landlord or property manager's time. Like, nobody has time for that, guys. Just like, don't do it. Don't look at places that are just okay. Look at places that excite the fuck out of you.
Online. And then you go and you should walk in and go, well, that didn't do it justice online.
Also, make sure that you're looking in the neighborhoods that you want to live in. We've made the mistake of looking at amazing apartments in neighborhoods that we don't want to live in.
You might be drawn in by the price, and then you go see the place and you think, oh, we could definitely make this work, right? But Kelly and I had an instance where we sat down with the landlord once and went, what kind of place is this? And she went, oh, it's not good. And we went, okay, thanks.
But the apartment was beautiful.
It was so great, and it hurt to walk out, but we knew that we had wasted our time. It's an easy trap to fall into a bad neighborhood with a cheaper apartment.
And look at apartments with your partner.
Why would you do that?
Listen, you might think that you're saving time being like, oh, I'll look at these 3 places, and if we like one of them, then I'll bring you. No. I cannot stress this enough. You have to have your partner there with you because, one, if you like it, you have to sign fast.
You have to apply practically on the spot. The only way that going alone works is if your partner is willing to sign a lease without ever seeing the apartment.
Which happens. I know people that have done that with their partners, but like,
sure.
I would always tell people to go together because the second thing is that you want to feel that home feeling. You know, you can walk into a bunch of apartments and they're just apartments, you know, but you walk into the apartment that you know is yours and it feels like home, and you both have to feel that.
Exactly.
Like, I trust Adam with so much, but like, I wouldn't trust him to pick an apartment for us just because I want to feel the homey feeling. Nobody could pick an apartment for me. I want to feel it. It's got to speak to me. It's got to go, Kelly, this is your home. I got to open the closet and be like, your clothes could live here.
That's it. That's what Kelly wants to hear when she walks inside.
It's gotta speak to me, and it can't speak to me if I'm not there.
Once you have that homey feeling, the most important thing is you need to walk into that place already knowing that you're prepared to apply on the spot. If they were handing you a lease instead of an application, would you be prepared to sign it? We actually lost the place that we loved because of that. We didn't see it together. We weren't ready to apply on the spot.
So bring your pens, bring your checkbook, bring a copy of your driver's license. Just have all of that ready to be like, oh, here you go, we want it. Because inevitably, there's somebody else who wants it too. If the landlord has to wait for you to go home and fax over your stuff or give it to you the next day, there's somebody already there who has it. So be prepared, be diligent, and be ready to go when you get that homey feeling.
Homies. High five. Cool.
So apartment hunting can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be stressful if you are prepared. So be prepared, know what you want, go together, and you will find your perfect home. Not an apartment, a home.
A homie in your life, a new homie.
This has been I Love You, but we need to talk about apartment hunting.
Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and tell us about your triumphs and your heavy-hearted losses.
When it comes to apartment hunting.
Yes. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Thank you so much.